Hey guys, it's Candace again, here with the inside scoop on travel nursing. So, I'm in my 11th week now of my assignment. My assignment is 13 weeks, so I'm almost there. I worked on today is when Thursday. Oh gosh, get my days mixed up. Today's Thursday, so I worked last Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then I worked Tuesday as well. So just a little bit about those shifts. They were long, so we do shifts 7 to 7 is my schedule. So 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I think only one of my shifts I actually left on time. I think all the rest I didn't leave until at least 8 or so, and one of the nights I don't think I left until 9 or something like that. So there were long 4 shifts to say the least. But that being said, I got to take care of some really, really, really sweet people. Every now and then with nursing, you just find those people that kind of just touch your heart a little bit. Like I love all my patients, but sometimes you just get some that your personalities mesh really well together, and you just really have a great bonding experience. And I did experience that with one of my patients. They were just super, super sweet. I really enjoyed taking care of them, and even that was my 3 day stretch, so my Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I had them on Thursday and Friday. And then Saturday, I actually got floated to another unit. I got floated to PCU. So I'm not. I said in my last video, I think I did. That's where I actually started my nursing career, was PCU. So it was kind of weird to be back. And again, I loved the patients I got to see on that unit as well. They were all super, super sweet too. And it was kind of interesting to see just where I started, I guess, and where I'm at now. Um, I still think I've made the right decision in my love for postpartum. I don't think I would change or go back, but it was kind of nice to have a day to where I could just help out other nurses. So since I'm not regularly on that unit, I basically was just like a patient care tech, which is basically, you're doing vital signs, you're, helping like turn patients, clean them up a little bit, helping with, just helping the nurses out really. And I could help out a little bit more just because I am an actual nurse, so I could like help with some medications and stopping IVs and saline, doing all these different things. So that was an interesting shift, but that was the one shift that I actually got out on time because I didn't really have, I didn't have a bunch of charting to do. And I also didn't have like a super long report to give either. So it was a very nice like little break. But all in all, long shifts, but I got to have good experiences on those shifts. Like there's some days where I'm just like, even though it's long and I'm exhausted and I haven't charted anything, I haven't eaten anything, and then one patient can just say, you guys are great and everything that you do. Like the sweet family that I had, they just were so grateful, and just really were very appreciative, and it makes all the difference. Being a nurse, it really does, to just have those patients who actually show their appreciation for you. So that made it a lot better. So since I am close to the end of this assignment, I have been looking at my next assignment. So I have accepted a position in Georgia. Yeah. Big difference from Texas. So I will be leaving shortly after my 13-week contract ends here, and then I will be headed out to Georgia. I'm just kind of working on, all the orientation process for that hospital and filling out all of their stuff, like doing drug tests and all that good stuff. And then, of course, finding a place out there as well. So I think I mentioned in the last video as well that I'd used Furnish Finder, and that's what I've been trying to use again for this next assignment. So fingers crossed, everything works out with that. And then as far as the things I had to fill out in order to start working at that hospital, it was a lot less this time than my first assignment. So they were able to, I don't want to say pull a lot of other stuff, but it was just, I'm with Aya, so they already had like a lot of the information I had already filled out before, so it was kind of more simplistic, I guess. Or maybe I was just knew what to expect, so it didn't seem as much or as overwhelming. But basically, I just had to do I had to do the drug test and then, fill out all my forms for my tax stuff, and then just read through the policies of the new hospital that I'm going to. So, excuse me. In this new hospital, I will be working postpartum as well, but they also do gynecological surgeries. So, things like hysterectomies and, breast augmentation, things like that. So like women's surgery, they take care of those patients too. So it'll be a little bit of postpartum and a little bit of that as well. So that's something that I haven't done before. So I'm kind of nervous, excited for that. Postpartum, of course, I have no trouble doing. And surgery patients, in my brain, I'm like, how different can it be from taking care of like C-section moms? Because I've obviously done that quite a bit in the past 4 years. So I think it'll be fine. And I'm excited to see another place. Of course, I am going to miss my husband and my cats, but I think it'll be good. And this assignment will be for 12 weeks, so it starts on April 13th, and I go until July 4th is my last day, unless I, decide to extend or just go somewhere else. But as far as that goes, I'm looking forward to it. I decided to stick with Aya for this next assignment too, just because, they have honestly been so great to me. Everybody's super attentive. My recruiter is amazing. I have like a credentialing specialist. I have a travel experience specialist. There's just several different people that have just been on my side through this whole thing and constantly checking in on me, making sure things were going okay. So I really like them. But that goes to show, maybe down the road I might use somebody else, or they have places somewhere that I don't want, and other companies might have some that I do want. So only time will tell, and we'll see how that goes. Another thing with this upcoming assignment to Georgia, we did find out, my husband and I, kind of how the whole very far traveling goes. So since I kind of stayed local with this one, I wasn't really worried about, flights or renting a car or anything like that. So since I'm going to Georgia, that is like a 12-hour drive, 12 to 14 hours, so quite a drive. And there's only a certain amount of money that the travel company, Aya, will pay for your relocation. So for that part at the very beginning, they cap it out at a certain level. So you kind of have to take into account flying versus driving. And then if you're flying, you also need to think about renting a car if you want to use public transportation. So I think that was the biggest thing with us that we decided was a good idea, was just for me to drive, because renting a car, the travel company did have discounts that you could use for renting a car, but it was still quite expensive, especially for I'd be there about 3 months, so it'd be roughly a little over $1,000 a month for renting the car. which is very pricey. When you add into the fact, of the place I'll be staying, I'll have to rent that every month. And then, of course, the place that I currently live, my permanent residence, had to pay for that. So, just looking at all of that, it was just a better option for me to just drive. So, any new travelers, or if you're thinking of going someplace super far away, just kind of keep that in mind, and make sure to ask about what will be covered in your travel from your travel company, just because that can get kind of expensive. So just keep that in mind. But that was something I had learned this time. So it's kind of nice to realize that soon. Just in case, like, there were some places, I was thinking of going, like, super far away. There were lots of different places that were on Aya's website. So it was good that I picked one that was within driving distance, like, not too bad, not too shabby. I could get there in a couple of days. But, there were also places in, like, New Jersey and California, Pennsylvania. There were several different job opportunities that I would have had to fly. I could drive that, but that'd be very, very long. So just keep that in mind if that's what you're looking for. As far as everything else goes, though, guys, I've had a good travel experience for this first assignment. No complaints so far, knock on wood. Everything's been going really great. I hope to make more videos as I actually travel to Georgia and actually get you guys like a full length of my whole travel assignment. I know I started really late in this one. I finally got it done though. I'll try to be more consistent and kind of just do little videos as well, just of kind of where I'm at and just other things I'm experiencing and other things popping up. Especially, one of the biggest concerns about moving to a different hospital is just, how the staff is gonna be, how the, safety is gonna be, everything like that. So I'll try to kind of keep you guys in the loop of my experience, but this hospital so far has been very good to me as far as like scheduling goes as well. So with this current hospital that I'm at, I usually try to stay with like the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or just pick shifts that they needed help on. So that's kind of how my new job will be with their scheduling. Their charge nurses make the schedule, so the staff nurses will put in their request or their days that they want to work. The charge nurses will go through it and see where they're kind of short and need someone. So that's where I come in, and I kind of just pick up those shifts, which is totally fine, especially since I don't plan on doing a whole lot in Georgia. I will be switching from days to nights. On this next assignment, I have worked nights before. Nothing against night shift. Actually, I actually prefer the work on nights. It's still busy, don't get me wrong. You still have a lot of things going on, a lot of things that you need to do, but it's just a different kind of busy. Like during the days, I have a lot of discharges that I have to do. It's usually when people are trying to go home. You're trying to get people out as fast as possible so you can get more people in. So it's kind of a lot of revolving door type stuff on day shift, what can get a little overwhelming some days, like this past week. Can make things a little bit difficult. But on nights, you mainly, you probably get a lot of admissions. You get most admissions on nights, but you're not dealing with, the constant flux of everybody coming in and out. The doctors usually aren't doing their rounds. You're not getting, birth certificate people coming and hearing screeners coming, and just, there's so many people that come in and out of the rooms on day shift. So it's kind of just I don't want to use the Q word. The Q word is taboo. I never thought I would be like a superstitious person, but nursing has changed that in me. So anybody uses the Q word, please don't do that around nurses or at the hospital, because they will probably give you a look and say like, well, the shift is done now. It's over. We're about to get slammed. So don't say the Q word, but it is kind of like that, more like that on nights. Not saying you can't have crazy shifts on nights, because I have had crazy shifts on nights, but so I'm kind of looking forward to it, actually, kind of picking up nights again. My only problem with nights in the past was trying to balance my personal life outside of working, so it was just very hard for me to switch back and forth from days to nights. I know a lot of people I used to work with would like take a little bit of a nap after their shift and then stay up for a little bit during the day and then kind of get back on a regular schedule. My body does not work like that. I would just always feel super like groggy and just I almost felt like I would have the flu. Like I would just feel like my head would be super full and hazy, and I just would not feel like doing anything at all. So it really just made no point for me to try to stay awake on during the day, because I wasn't doing anything or didn't really want to do anything, didn't feel good enough to do anything most of the time. So I just kind of stayed on the constant night schedule. So I would sleep during the day on my days off and then be up throughout the night, which wasn't too bad because fortunately at the time my husband Keith, his name is Keith, he was on nights or like a mid shift as well. So we were kind of able to still see each other, stay on the same shift. So it was fine. It does get hard when we're on the opposite shifts. We have done that before in the past. So it can make things a little bit difficult for that too. So we'll see how it goes, but I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you to everyone who's watched my previous video. I hope you watched this one. Give me some comments if you want, like, dislike, whatever. But I really appreciate you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll hopefully get another video to you guys next week. Bye, guys.